everyone. Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to the Boys Crypto Show. Blood red, holy crap! What is happening in the crypto markets? It's absolutely crazy, the macroeconomic developments that are going on right now. More and more tariffs just punishing everyone around the world. This is getting absolutely crazy, and the crypto market is responding. Look at this blood red. In the past 24 hours, we see double-digit breakdowns for a lot of the hottest projects in the game. We have Maker, Jasmine, Injective all down massively, over 10%. We did just enter a Sui scalp that not going very well above the 5-minute 200 MA. Let's see if we can get that bounce, baby. But oh my goodness, this is hurting. That is the only trade we have open right now. Everything else got washed from yesterday on this massive liquidation event. Where are we likely to bounce? What's going on? Where do I have my limit orders set? Speculating on a lower drop for Bitcoin, right? I do have that scalp open, but I am speculating on us getting a 618-786 sniper retest of one of these macro areas, baby. Let's dive into it. Let's see what's going on. Bitcoin, baby. Let's start where we always do. Welcome to everyone in the chat. April, waiting for the moon. Unicorn fart, screaming, doing okay. All right, we'll look at that, man. We'll look at that. Hey, yeah, the community, anything with a strong community can hold up very, very well. That's why XRP bounces a lot harder than a lot of other assets nowadays, because of the massive community behind it. Wanda, what's going on? Michaela B, the winner of our Solana giveaway, baby. We got another giveaway coming soon, everybody. Our subscriber count is mounting, unlike the Bitcoin price, unfortunately, but we do have positive bullish subscriber count right now, breaking the 200 range, baby. We are screaming. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your support. We're gonna have a new video coming out tonight talking about where we could get this juicy entry on the macro Bitcoin, baby, getting over that 1-minute 200 SMA with the retest and ripping to the upside. What are we gonna do when we break the 1 minute? Well, we're gonna come to the 3-minute. This is just on the micro time frame. Shout out to all my micro friends out there. On the micro time frame, right, we broke the 3, consolidating above. We are like looking to come and test the 5 here at about 82.8. Looks very, very likely to me. And then we'll come test the 7, and then we'll come test the 15. What's beautiful about this right now is because of how massively colossal this dump was from 86 all the way down to where we are right now. These moving averages are so spread out that when one breaks, you're likely to crack another $1,000, $2,000 to the upside just based on the span of those 200 MAs. What's going on, everybody? Stooge, what's going on? A lot of bear market calls. Yep. Hey, we're gonna get into that, man. We're gonna get into that. Bitcoin, look at this daily. Horrible. Woo! What did this represent? I said that this line is that do not pass go line, and I do stand by that. This line is critical to defend for the bull market. That 200 MA on the daily, the bulls were doing so well, and we could not defend it, dropping below on this low liquidity Sunday. Now we need to keep in mind that it is not over yet. This happened on a weekend, baby. This happened on a weekend. And where did we close on Friday? Up here at about $86,000. We have a nice fat juicy CME gap that is likely to get filled, even if we're bearish to come further to the downside. That CME gap has been filled every time Bitcoin had a massive move on the weekend. It has looked to fill right on the CME. So that's what we're looking at right here for Bitcoin. We want to see a move to the upside. We need this candle. I will repeat this over and over, and I'll scream it till I'm blue in the face, baby. We need a candle closure above this 200 MA, which is currently sitting at $83,364. That is the key level that we need to reclaim for Bitcoin if we want to see this bull market continue to rip to the upside. We need to reclaim this 200 MA. It is super key. Now that we've broken it, and we have broken it, where am I looking at? Well, I'm gonna pull my Fibonacci level from swing low to swing high, and look where we sit? Well, we bounced off the 618 before, right? And now we're coming down into that region again. Is this going to be the level that holds up? Because the whales, what they do is they limit in, right? Into fear. They limit into fear, and then that's where price will eventually revert, right? That's where eventually price will reverse. But we do have this swing low to swing high, bouncing off the 618, coming down here into this golden pocket zone between about 78 and 70,000. Now you can also zoom out and take this Fibonacci from the prior swing low of the previous range that was formed for the back half of the last year, like that massive range from March all the way up to August. That swing low to swing high, the 618 sits at about $72,000, and the golden pocket all the way down here coming to the 786 at about 62. And look at these high volume nodes that are in confluence with that. The amount of orders that have to be there is immaculate, right? So, and this level has to be defended. If this level breaks, it is likely that we come down and test this low. If that breaks, that's our first lower low, and that's a wash. In Boys Crypto's opinion, we break that $50,000 level. That's the bull market. That's it. I have to say it because then you will have broken macro trend. We have a low, we have a higher high, we have a higher low, we have a higher high, we have a higher low, we have a higher high, and then we are speculating on a higher low coming in somewhere in this range. But if we do not get that and we get our first lower low, we need to speculate based on a break of market structure that the next lower high the next high that comes in is going to be lower because we just formed our first lower low. Very rarely do you come and form a lower low and then come up and form a higher high. That is very, very unlikely in my opinion, right? But I mean, anything can happen. It is crypto, but that's what I'm looking at. If we did end up breaking this level right here, I would be looking for a lower high and look for the golden short opportunity of the bear market. Yes, the bear market that I believe would be starting in the event that we did break this level. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but if we did break this level, right, I would be speculating, say price did come down here, and that would be awful, right? It really would be. But I'd be take my Fibonacci retracement tool from the swing high to wherever we bottom out, right? And I would have my golden short zone at the 618 and the 786. I would set two orders, everybody. Two orders, dose. Shout out to all the people in Mexico, baby, that are watching. We have some Mexico people watching. I'm telling you, we are looking at the demographics, and we got some people over in the great country of Mexico. Shout out to you guys. Okay, we'll form that swing low, right? That new lower low, and come up and potentially form that lower high. Highly likely up here at this high volume node, 95, 96. That matches up with the 786. That looks good to me, but that's where I would be looking at right here if we were speculating on a bear market. If we were to come up, break market structure, come up, and then come into this golden pocket region, this is where I would be looking for my first short to ride this puppy back to the downside. That is my trading plan for the macro, and we need a bounce here, everybody. We need a bounce. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but we need a bounce. It is super critical that we get a bounce here in the near term, and already today looking very good on the bounce. We do have that CME gap up here at about $86,000. Can that get filled? I would like to see it. Filling that gap, closing back above the 200. Boys Crypto will become a bull again, baby. We become a bull. We become a raging bull. That's what I want to see. But as of now, we are below the daily 200, and I have limit orders down at about that $72,000 level, that $1,600 level for Ethereum, and that, yes, $1.40 level for XRP to swipe up some juicy longs in those areas, matching up with golden pockets, 786s, and high volume nodes. That is my trading plan on the macro. Now, I am scalping long. I'm scalp long, baby. We're long and strong here. We're currently 8% in the gain here on the trade out of the break of the 200 MA. Going up, we're targeting 260 for Sui. We'll see if we get it. That would be a monumental trade if we do get it, but I am speculating for larger positions to the downside, and I'm setting my limit orders to try and catch that juicy bottom, baby. Everybody loves a juicy bottom, am I right? Shout out to all the ladies out there with the juicy bottoms, the yoga pants. What's up? I know my lady has that. Yeah. I don't want to say she. Yes. Shout out to all the ladies with the juicy bottoms out there. The 5% of this channel that are ladies. Shout out to you. I've been looking at the demographics, everybody. I've been looking at the demographics. I know. All right, that's Bitcoin in a nutshell here. On the daily, that's what we're looking at for the daily. We need a close above this daily 200. Super key, super important, super pivotal. If we do not get that, it could be a lot of doom and gloom here, ladies and gentlemen. It really can. And everybody's, I know. Everybody wants to believe, the government's getting in and everything. The government has done nothing. Zero, none, zip, nada, none, zilch. Zero. At the Crypto Summit, arguably the most highly anticipated event of the year, we got a giant letdown. A giant nothing burger, everybody. We're coming down to the golden pocket as we speak. We got a giant nothing burger. We just said we were going to get stablecoin legislations, and all the coins that Donald Trump talked about on his Twitter, zero, none, zilch, nada. White House officials confirmed that those are just speculating. He's speculating. Even though he said confirmed, none was bought. No crypto was bought by the U.S. government. We are just saying that we are going to hold what we received from Silicon Valley and was seized by the government. That's not good. That's not what everybody was pricing in. Everybody was pricing in, we're gonna buy 200,000 Bitcoin every year. That was the plan. That was the proposed plan at the Bitcoin conference back in 2024. But baby, it's not looking good. That's what we're looking at from a news event. Let's hop on over here to this week. A huge week, everybody. A huge week. This is going to be monumental this week. We have news events every day except for tomorrow, Monday. Nothing. None, zip, zilch, nada. Okay, we have job openings here at 10 a.m. That's going to move the market. That will move the market. Mark my words, that will move the market at 10 a.m. Unless it were to come in at 7.6 million, unlikely, right? That is going to move the market. The next day, we have another milking market milker. We have a market mover here. The CPI year over year, how much inflation has impacted goods that aren't fuel and energy. So that's super important to look at. Or food and energy. Okay, so and then we have Thursday, we have PPI. This is the same thing as CPI measured in the cost perspective of the seller, right? How much inflation is the seller taking on and is passing on to the consumer? That is super huge. Usually these numbers end up being relatively the same. Even the projections are relatively the same here. 0.4%. 0.3% for PPI. Yeah, that's what we're looking at. You got consumer sentiment on Friday, a nothing burger, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, this market will squeeze the NASDAQ. All-time fear in the NASDAQ. We have extreme fear again on the crypto fear and greed index. This is a crazy time, ladies and gentlemen. This is a crazy time, and you really don't want to be in these extreme fear areas for too long. It has historically marked awesome times to accumulate Bitcoin, but wow, the world economic developments here are not looking good in the near term. They're not looking good. We're continually getting news of more and more tariffs. We do not want to see these tariffs continue. Donald Trump was asked, is this going to plunge the U.S. into recession? And he said, no, I have no idea. And he was like, it could. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but he's like, I don't like to speculate on those things. I don't want to predict anything, any kind of negative event, but it could. It definitely could. If tariffs last like this for so long, right? China imposing tariffs back on us. Everybody's just tariffing each other. That weakens the economy severely when it comes to stimulation. All right, everybody. All right. Here's what we do. Total three. Let's look at total three, the measure of all coins in the crypto market besides Bitcoin and Ethereum. Mirroring Bitcoin here, dropping below the daily 200 MA. Very, very critical we get back above that daily 200 MA. When you're below the daily 200 MA, boys crypto becomes a bear, baby. Below the 200 MA, we become a bear. Below the 200 MA, we become a bear. And this looked like a good turnaround point right here. Several times we just got faked out to the downside. Wow, this wedge needs to hold, and we need to get a squeeze to the upside here sooner rather than later. Shout out to all you guys in the chat. So what's going on, man? It's nice to see you with that new logo, Stooge. How you doing? Let's dive on into the chat. What are you guys saying? What do you guys want to talk about tonight? Where are we at? How are we feeling? We feeling bullish, bearish, great opportunity, horrible? Yeah, Unicorn Fart Dust holding up. All right, that's good to know. All right, let's see. 216 today, baby. Thank you, Michaela. I appreciate you. Bear market calls. Yeah, there are bear market calls. Yeah. Identical move 10 days ago when it dropped to 78K. Very similar. Snipe the bottom, baby. Snipe the bottom. They smashed retail and prices, picked up the pieces at the bottom. So, yeah. So, look. There's going to be a bottom. Nothing goes straight down. Nothing goes straight down, right? Like here. If you longed up here, you were chasing green candles, baby, and you got some sideways consolidation, got absolutely wrecked. We are in this wedge right now for total, right? And for Bitcoin, man, we're hugging a high, Let's look at the 8 hour. You are kind of hugging a higher low here. You gotta see it hold, baby. You gotta see it hold. This is not good. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's not good. We are not looking good. I mean, we speculated on that triangle on the 4 hour, right? That 4 hour triangle the other day, right here, broke to the downside, and we really haven't gotten a severe bounce since. We're getting a bullish engulfing candle on the 8 hour. That is looking good. We're coming out of the oversold territory. The stochastics are pointing up. That's a good sign. That's screaming goodness to me. But since that breakdown of the 4 hour, we did come all the way down, almost to target, did we not? We came down to 80K. That was horrible. This is the triangle we were looking at earlier, right? Yesterday. We fell below and we said it was pivotal that we got above that line. We did not. We dumped massively to the downside. And the targeted move, we're not even there yet. We're not even close. The targeted move for that takes us all the way down to, yes, 69,000, around that 786 bounce point that we've been speculating on with our Fibonacci retracements. That's what we're looking at right now. Nobody wants to see that, but we have to acknowledge that that possibility is on the table. The altcoins taking a massive hammering today. We want to see Bitcoin in the near term get above this 5-minute 200 MA and squeeze to the upside. We do have a high volume node here supporting us. That does look good. But we need to get that squeeze started, getting this 5-minute 200 MA, maybe flag out here a little bit and boom to the upside. That's what I'll be looking at for Bitcoin. Total 3, yep, Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance is not looking good if you're an altcoin holder. This looks terrible. We were speculating on this bearish divergence, which is still in play, baby, as we have a swing across on price action. While we have our swing down on the RSI, right? Lower highs on the RSI still confirmed. We're still making lower high. We have a lower high here, and we have an equal high. We did make a lower high, but we want to see this bearish divergence play out as this low would crack before this high. And right now, it does not feel good. Woo! It does not feel good. Bitcoin dominance can go on a screamer here to the upside. This flag would take us all the way back up to the highs, over 64%. Now, I will say that is a macro area that we've been talking about here on the channel here. Let's clean this up, make it a little nicer. That 64% does match up very, very perfectly with a 786 that we pulled from the swing high, all the way down to the swing low, baby. And that does match up very, very nicely with that 60. It's up at 66. That's up at 66, everybody. 66, right? But this is a macro golden pocket area that I want to see Bitcoin dominance bounce from out of that inverted cup and handle that we've been talking about here on the stream. That is super important. We have a gap here, a thigh gap in the VRVP where a lady could flip upside down on her hands and her thigh gap would be so big that you could kick a truck through it. That is what we are looking for here. We're looking for that drop here on dominance, baby. It does look like the Sui Long's about to get stomperoonie, not looking good. We want to see this 5-minute 200 MA hold. If it doesn't, and I'll be sitting on my hands. Everybody. You got a boatload of cash on the side, ready to take advantage of some juicy prices. That's what I'm looking at, and I have limit orders set at 72,000, 70,000 for Bitcoin, 72,000 for Bitcoin, 70,000 for Bitcoin. We have others in here. We got open orders. Yeah, we got, Sui Cell, we got Bitcoin 72, XRP at 147, and Ethereum at 1613. That's what we are looking at for Bitcoin and the alts right here. Yeah, this thing is getting absolutely wiped. I can't believe the weakness I'm seeing in this market, everybody. I really can't. This is absolute, it's trash. It really is. I'm tired of, and just a little rant here. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of Donald Trump being able to use his Twitter, right? I am. I'm tired of Donald. I'm not flaming or anything. I'm tired of it. I'm sure the rest of you are tired of it. I'm tired of these, like all these news events. I'm tired of them. When we get less news events, we get better price action. Look at these days. days. These days have been absolute whipsaw price action, not because of price action in and of itself, but just because it's been so terrible in regards to news events. We've had fake outs, pumps, fake out. We had the crypto summit, and then we had the tariff announcement, and then we had Donald Trump speaking at the summit. We got we got along all the altcoins. Then the altcoins got smashed because it wasn't really like confirmed. Nothing was confirmed. This has been carnage, everybody. It has been carnage for everyone, and I understand what it's like to be down in the dumps. We got to keep our head up, and we got to acknowledge that, hey, there is a bounce coming. There is likely a bounce coming. If this is the end of the bull market, if this is the end of the bull market, we need to be prepared. We need to be prepared. I know there's a lot of people. I have a lot of family that say, hey, to the moon, it's never going to fundamentals. Fundamentals mean zero, none, zilch, nada when there's bearishness in Bitcoin. Zero. I don't care what kind of good news event you got, anything. When the crypto space is getting hammered as it is right now, the speculation goes through the roof and Bitcoin struggles bad. Bitcoin struggles bad. That's not what we want to see. That's not what we want to see. Back over to bubbles. We're even getting, red on the 15 minute, getting absolutely destroyed. This is not looking good. All right, diving on in. Wanda wants to look at XMR. Absolutely, Wanda. Looking good. 2021 all over again, says so. Yeah, look at here on 2021. Look at this. We have to acknowledge that this has happened before. Look at 2021. Look at 2021. We had that head and shoulders on the daily, got that breakout to the downside. We could zoom this out and you could see this area. Let's clear this up here. Does this area right here not look like this area right here? And from the top, we had a 58% pullback for Bitcoin. That's bloody. We lost a 200 MA and we nuked like never before. And you could say, hey, was this to a 786? It might have been. If you have to pick from the correct reaction though. It'd probably be from around here. This reaction to the top, you came almost to the 786, but yeah, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. And even if you pulled from the prior consolidation, you went below a 1-to-1 retracement. That's carnage. That's carnage. Woo! Man, it's tough to call, everybody. It's tough to call. I will say this. There is bearish divergence screaming on the weekly. When was the last time we had bearish divergence on the weekly on Bitcoin? It was right here. It was right here. We had bearish divergence. We had triple bearish divergence on the weekly. You had a higher high, lower high on the weekly for Bitcoin. And this is screaming in our faces right now. It's screaming in our faces. Let's see. Sui trade stopped out, baby. 0 positions open, stopped out. That is horrible. Okay. So that's what we're looking at right now for Bitcoin, right? We have higher high, right? And we have that massive bearish divergence on the weekly. Come on over to where we're at right now. Look at where we're at. We have a massive bearish divergence on the weekly. We have our swing up, and I'm not being all bear here. I'm not. But we have to admit, we have to understand that we haven't had the bullish news, all the stuff that Donald Trump claimed and promised, right? It's like that stuff has grossly underperformed compared to where we're at right now. It just grossly underperformed. We're making lower highs on the RSI while we're making higher highs in price action, saying that you're going to break this low before you break this high. We break that low, that's bear market for me. Down to that 200-week moving average, that's $48,000 for Bitcoin. Whoa, what a nukage that would be. That would be horrible. For the altcoins, yeah, we're getting rejected again. Yeah, on the smaller time frames, let's pull our fibs, see where we rejected from. Pulling from low to high, we rejected from the 786 here on the 15-minute time frame. That does not look good. That looks horrible. We could come further to the downside now. That opens up the doors to lower prices. And yes, that's another $2,000 drop for Bitcoin. And the altcoins just will not stop bleeding, everybody. Will not stop bleeding. This has been absolute carnage for the market. I'm as blown away as you guys are. I really am. But we got to look at what the charts are giving us at the time we're giving it, right? And right now, like, we just keep 786 further to the downside. It looks to me for Bitcoin here in the near term. This week can be awful, everybody. I don't mean to be doom and gloom, but it can be. This week is likely, if you're looking at the weekly, look at these candles here. Look at these candles for the weekly. Look how we closed, right? If this was a 1-minute chart, we'd be like, whoa, bump into the upside. Where's the likely place we go to that high volume node? 68K? Woo! It's not looking good. It's not looking good. Yeah. I mean, and you know, for the people who are panic selling right now, can you blame them? I can't. I can't blame them. Even if you got in at Bitcoin down here, 50K, and you were like, hey, yeah, that's it for me. I can't blame people panic selling. I'm not a financial advisor. I can't tell anyone what to do, and I will never tell anybody what to do with their money, right? But man, like if you're panic selling right now, I'm not hating on you. I don't blame you. I can't blame you. Why not? Because we had a massive look. That was bullish. We got that massive weekly close. We gapped up. That looked huge, and we just ate that entire wick. We ate that entire wick coming down the high volume nodes here, and we may be testing a macro 786, putting in a higher low. That would be that's your saving grace. If we do not bounce from this golden pocket and get saved by these high volume nodes, that's it for the bull market. And you know, everybody back here was calling for 100K, and did we get it? No. We had a weekly bearish divergence, kept us down. We had the same weekly bearish divergence here, and nobody's talking about it. Cash is kind of king right now, everybody. If you want to be in the markets, like it's king. It's king right now. And see, these may be some of the best prices you ever see on your altcoins, but man, the devastation that we've seen in the altcoin market has been carnage over the past week. Look at the week. 7 days, and you have 30% drops on the hottest coins in the game. Injective 30 in 7 days. In 7 days, 7 days ago, Injective was trading at $15, currently trading at $9. Hyperliquid, 7 days, or $20 7 days ago, 14% today. Jupiter taking one of the biggest beatdowns lower, going on price discovery to the downside, right? To the downside. A month ago, trading up at $1, currently trading at a week ago. A week ago! Where's Jupiter? Where is it? A week ago, where were we at for Jupiter? We are at 80 cents. We are at 80 cents, currently trading at 48 cents. This is not a good environment, everybody. I'm just screaming it till I'm blue in the face that this is terrifying. This is terrifying. You can say buy the fear all you want, but we have to acknowledge that we're in an area, we're in no man's land. Look at this volume here. Nothing. We have zero. Look at this gap. Nothing to support us. No prior orders, no prior history, nothing. We have our fibs that we're speculating on, but we don't have any major support that we come down to these high volume nodes at, yes, 70K. Yes, 70K. When you zoom out on the macro, super important to zoom out on the macro for Bitcoin in the long term. Okay, here we go. Diving on in. Yeah, so 2021 all over again. Stooge, what's going on, man? Yeah, Matt, just need no news for a few weeks to absorb the positive of Bitcoin being an official reserve. Long-term importance has been confirmed. Hey, yes, and Michaela, like, share, subscribe. Yeah, like, share, and subscribe, everybody. Shout out to you guys. Yeah, we need the news to stop. We need, you know what would be the best for this space? Donald Trump not using his Twitter for like 2 weeks. Don't use your Twitter, Trumpy. Don't do it. Don't post. Just don't post. Because the amount of swings in the market have been brutal. Been absolutely brutal, and we're getting weakness here on the 1 hour. You're already cooked on the stochastics, and you didn't even break the prior high here. Man, this is not looking good. Looking bad. And you know, for your favorite altcoin, I don't care what it is. You're gonna look like, I know XRP is super hyped right now. I know. But look, you're teetering on the edge of a massive, like, you could argue that this is the Head and Shoulders. This could be the Head and Shoulders that kills XRP. I'm going to say that, and I'm saying it with confidence. I'm not saying that it's going to happen. But if you look at this and say, "Oh, that's a nothing burger," that you couldn't have a more naive thought. That Head and Shoulders breakdown takes you to 78 cents again. 78 cents. This is screaming at us in the face, and we have gaps in the VRVP to support it. And XRP's been here before. XRP's been at these $3 price levels before. I'm just talking about XRP because it has the most hype, and I guarantee you, most of the people that watch this channel have some form of XRP, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, but this thing is monumentally ran out a 6x. The things that have ran the most are the things that are going to dump the hardest. They will, because they have a hype, they have massive hype behind them, and people will not know how to handle the fear, and that leads to massive liquidation events like this that we saw back here on the 3rd. We could be looking at something like that square in the face, and it could get much worse. We have the daily 200 MA, which Bitcoin is currently below at $1.61, right? That's why I have limit orders down here at $1.49. I have limit orders at $1.49 for XRP. People will say, "Oh, that'll never happen. We can never go to $1.49 again." Really? Like, I mean, it's right in the middle of the golden pocket, and you haven't had a macro retrace yet. You didn't even touch a 618. I don't know. I don't know. That's just my thoughts, my opinions, right? But all these altcoins are looking incredibly weak. In a week, down 30%, these bubbles can copy and paste 3 times over. Just because you have minus 30%, it's not like, oh, we have minus 60% to go till 0. No, these bubbles will reset, and you can have another 30% from here, and another 30, and another 30, until we're beaten down to the point where people don't think that it's possible for the altcoins to recover, and then that's when they're going to boom. Woo! Don't have a monster today, everybody. The roommate took the last monster. Can you believe that? Woo! Got a good old water, though. Keep that uvula wet. Shout out to you guys on the channel. Shout out to you guys on the channel. Hey, thank you for jumping on in the chat. Really appreciate each and every one of you guys talking to me. Hey, April, yeah, we do have a $250 giveaway coming at 250 subs, baby. 250 subs. We're so close. We're so close. If you're not subscribed, drop a subscribe so you can be in that giveaway as well. Yes. So you're talking about World Liberty Financial. Yes. Why would World Liberty Financial start buying massively, right? Why would World Liberty Financial start buying massively? Ethereum dropped to a low yesterday that we have not seen since November of 23, 2 years ago. Ethereum, a 2-year low, breaking through the weekly 200 SMA. Awful for Ethereum. The weakness Ethereum is showing, we cracked through that support line that was pivotal to hold, and we nuked to the downside, and it does not look like there's any set of recovery for Ethereum. You can pull your fibs. You can try to pull your fibs here and speculate on a bounce, but this is where, yeah, you're below the 786 there, so you have to pull from the latest initial reaction, which is about down here. What I'm looking at is a pull from the swing low here. Right, this is why I have my limit order at 1625 right here. Let's zoom on out here. Let's zoom on out here. Let's zoom on out here. Shout out to all my Texans there. I hope you guys didn't get offended the other day by my Texan. Where's my cowboy hat? Where is it? Honey, my cowboy hat's gone missing. All right, yeah, but the cowboy hat, right? I was saying, yeehaw, we're gonna build the biggest reserve in the state of Texas, and it's gonna be the biggest because we're in Texas, and we got the biggest belt buckles. We're gonna have the biggest Bitcoin reserve and Ethereum reserve there ever been, right? Yes. Texas did approve the Bitcoin. It got through the Senate, I believe it was yesterday. It got through the House now. It got through the Senate for the state of Texas. So Texas is about to start accumulating Bitcoin, right? Texas is about to start accumulating Bitcoin. So what I'm talking about, right? What I'm talking about is that World Liberty Financial been buying Ethereum since up here at $3,300. And ever since Eric Trump tweeted, buy the dips, it's down an additional 30% from where Eric Trump said, no big deal, just buy the dips, right? No big deal, right? Buy the dips. And we're down 30% from when he tweeted that. Wow, carnage, right? We don't know what Eric Trump holds. We don't. He's not a political official. Was he shorting? Does he have a short? There's so much insider trading that goes on in the government, and that's why we need their transactions on chain. We need the government and their families' transactions on chain so that we can charge people with insider trading. That's what I believe is going on. I believe there's tons of insider trading going on. Trump has friends that took out 50x longs before the strategic reserve announcement and got massively wealthy, hundreds of millions of dollars made in the span of 24 hours. To me, insider trading is rearing its head as one of the biggest problems here of the 21st century, and I don't know how we're not getting a grip on it. How do we get a grip on it? We need to put transactions on chain. Larry Fink's behind that. There's big CEOs that are behind that. Political figures aren't behind that because they don't want you to know. They don't want you to know. We went over this a couple days on stream. We went over U.S. political, U.S. politicians' net worth. Politician net worth. And we'll get back into the charts in a minute here. But U.S. politicians' net worth. Let's see. Congress, live net worth tracker. Look at these guys. Look at these guys. Hundreds of millions of dollars. I think the Rick Scott worth $549 million. $549 million. He's a senator. Last time I checked, they make like 150, 200 grand a year. Nancy Pelosi. Oh yeah, yeah. You imagine that. Nancy Pelosi at 259 million. That's a little weird. Look at all these senators. New York, Nebraska, Washington, Oklahoma. All the House of Representatives and Senate, hundreds of millions of dollars, and they make like 150 grand a year. How do they make this amount of money? It's through insider trading. There's nothing else. Lobbying and insider trading. That's how they use these guys as puppets, right? Look at the net worth of the top 100 officials here in the United States Congress. This is insane. This is insane. And these are your senators and your officials that you're voting for. All of them vastly wealthy. You don't get the top 125. Let's see. Are there any non-millionaires? Nope. Everyone. Is everyone a millionaire? I think so. Look at that. Oh, the top 273 representatives in this United States government, in Congress, in the House and the Senate, the top 273 people, millionaires. Most of them, the top 100, multimillionaires. In the top 10, hundreds of millions of dollars. So why would these people want their transactions to be on chain? They'd say, why would they want their transactions to be on chain? They'd be like, oh, well, if my transactions are on chain, they're going to see what stocks I'm buying and selling. I don't want that. Why would you want that? Yeah, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Back into the charts. Woo! That stuff gets me lit up, baby. That gets me lit up. But blood red in the streets. Those people can also short. They have no reason that they can't get on a platform and leverage anything. They can do it. They can short. That is an option for them as well. Selling, shorting, everything. One of the most profitable methods in the stock market is to follow Nancy Pelosi's group that tracks Nancy Pelosi's transactions and just do what she does. She's outperformed the S&P 500 for the past 10 years. Weird, right? Weird. She must be a really good trader. But carnage for the altcoins. Dominance in that golden pocket zone. We're speculating on a reversal here. We need it. If we don't get that reversal, you're looking at testing the prior highs up here at 73%. If you get to 73% on Bitcoin dominance, rest in peace to the altcoins, because you're looking at testing a multi-year resistance line. Flip that to support, and you're going to the 90s. I know people are, no way. Yes, you can go to the 90s. Altcoins can die here. The whole altcoin space can die if this were to happen. We've been up here at 100% before back in 2016. We have been, right? We can go back to the 90s, and Bitcoin can really shine as the only, you could argue like, hey, altcoins do nothing. You could say whatever projects you want. Altcoins do nothing. You could say that. But, people can argue that. And they'd be right. If we could break this support line and retest it and go up into the 90s, this would be crazy. This is a double bottom. This is a double bottom right here, taking you all the way. And it's wish wash, right? It's wish wash. Oh, it's bearish 1 second, bearish. Look at this, all the way up to 100%. Now, I'm not saying to go there. I don't think it's going to go there. But this is possible. We're speculating on that reversal. But for 2 years, we've been on this constant uptrend that has not stopped. We almost got that break to the downside, fake out to the upside. If we get a break to the upside and break that 786, woo, that would be nightmarish for the altcoins. All right, everybody. Woo, here we go. Thanks, Obama, says April. Yeah. People struggling to buy eggs. Look, we need the quantitative easing to step back up in this country. We do. We need Jerome Powell, who came out the other day and said, yeah, there's really no reason. There's no reason for, and these could be, I said this the other day. We had events that could have been the reason that Jerome Powell starts cutting rates and causes an emergency Fed meeting. We didn't get that. We did not get that. We did not get those news events. The news came out very bullish, right, for unemployment. We got good news. We got good news for the economy. Yet we're still falling in the NASDAQ and the S&P. These are the events. Inflation. If inflation comes in higher, Jerome Powell's going to think, hey, I'm not doing my job, and we might have to hike. We may have to hike rates. So far, all we've been doing is not cutting rates. We have not hiked rates hardly, right? For the United States, we haven't done it. Not a substantial rate hike. We stopped cutting rates, right? And we have been going back into that trying to fight inflation environment. But if it's not getting better, and due to the massive amount of money printing that happened during the COVID era, that stuff's just starting to manifest. It takes a while for that kind of money to get into the system. All right, everybody, you got me on my macroeconomic rant. All right, let's dive in. What kind of trust we want to go look over at Wanda? XMR for Wanda. Pulling it up here on the perpetuals. Woo! Daily getting absolutely smacked. All right, let's dive in. You guys are awesome. Hey, thanks for being here with me on your Friday or on your Sunday night, baby, on your Sunday night. All right, XMR, not looking good here. Not looking good. You have a shoulder, head, right shoulder forming on the daily. You have your shoulder, head, right shoulder breaking down on the daily, not unlike a lot of other altcoins, right? And that does have a measured move target here or this is on the 4-hour. This does have a measured move target all the way down to about 191. XMR, you know, this was one of the hottest coins. This was a top 10. This was a top 10 coin at one point. This wasn't it? It was way back in the day. XMR was a top 10 coin, I believe. Yeah. Look at this, coming down, possibly testing that high volume node at about 196. We have a gap in the VRVP. We're in no man's land, looking relatively strong compared to, like, look, this coin's holding above its daily 200 MA when Bitcoin is not, right? But we do have that shoulder, head, right shoulder on the 4-hour, not looking good. The stochastics are in the oversold, but you're not getting any bending there. You're not forming any severe divergence yet. It's not looking good. You can zoom in on the 1-hour and say, oh, we got the bounce, and we did. But man, these altcoins are going to start getting brutally beaten down with Bitcoin. Every Bitcoin dip of like $200, the altcoins are just going to suffer until Bitcoin decides to go on a short squeeze to the upside, if we even get that. There is a massive amount of fear in the market. We're sitting at 20 on the fear and in extreme fear, everybody, on the fear and greed index. Not just that, but on the NQ, let's pull up the NQ. That's XMR in a nutshell. On the daily, not looking different than much else. You got shoulder, head, right shoulder, dump to the downside, coming down to that 192 level. Yeah, and you could look for a retest here. You can speculate on a retest, right, if you want to get in, if you missed a short. But so a short idea would be coming up here, letting it retest that trend line, putting a stop below the prior high, which would be right out there, and shooting for 2-to-1, or that would be a 3-to-1. That wouldn't be bad on the daily. It would take a while for it to play out, but you would be capitalizing on that shoulder, head, right shoulder, dumping to the downside with a retest of that trend line. And, you know, you have a big block order down here that has, you know, supported the price, you know, in history's past. So that is likely. You would have, I would also put that stop below. Yeah, keeping that stop above the high volume node would be my idea here. You drank the last monster. All right. Yeah, so coming above that high volume node would be the sign of reversal here for XMR. But so far, I'm looking for a short to the downside, baby. A short to the downside from a retrace. And I know as soon as we start seeing green candles, people are going to be optimistic again. Woo, that was it. That was a dip. We haven't had a major retrace on Bitcoin yet. And these altcoins, man, these altcoins are... We're on the edge, ladies and gentlemen. We're on the edge. I honestly almost don't know what to say. Yeah, I'm blown away as you guys are. Just a mass disappointment, right, from the Donald Trump presidency so far. Honestly, maybe even throwing us into a recession. That would be horrible. That would be horrible, right, for the altcoins. This one even has a bigger measured move on the daily for XMR. That shoulder, head, right shoulder, baby. That shoulder, head, right shoulder. Get the Squidward shoulder, head, right shoulder to the downside, baby. To the downside for, look at Squidward popping his head over right there. This could be a massive measured move, right? From the baseline to the head, and you're dropping below the 200 MA. That's where Boys Crypto becomes a bear, baby. Dropping below the 200 MA, and you can start gapping down the VRVP very, very quickly. I don't want to say that this market's over. I really don't. But if we don't catch some of these 786s on the macro, that's it. That's it. We will go into a bear market, and then here on this channel, we will speculate. We will find the entrance to that bull market doors again. We will. I'm not saying that it's a bear market, but man, with the fear and greed index where it is, yeah, historically it's been great. Not everything's right. The M2 money supply, not on par right now. I don't care what the M2 money supply says. Oh, the M2 money supply says we need to bounce and we need to bounce now. Yeah, well, with price action and the macroeconomic development, every indicator has a fail at one point or another, and that now might be it for Bitcoin. Okay, here we go. Diving on into the chat. Hey, April, yeah, thank you. Yeah, bridesmaids help me on 4. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, struggling to buy eggs. So yeah, inflation through the roof. Grocery prices starting to get hammered, and they're going to get worse. With tariffs. Any kind of tariff is going to increase costs on everyone throughout the board, especially on energy. Canada threatened to turn off the lights of some of our major cities up north. This is getting crazy, and if we don't see some kind of resolution soon, we could see massive dumps to the downside. Are there any altcoins that are structured like Bitcoin? Are there any altcoins that are structured like Bitcoin? All right, let's see. No, not a lot. So let's see. Anything in the top 100, Wanda. Anything in the top 100, you could layer over Bitcoin. And of course, there's going to be some exceptions. But anything in the top 100 here, you could look at it on Crypto Bubbles. You could layer it over Bitcoin, and the chart's going to look similar. Now, the alts have been getting absolutely wrecked. but the charts are going to look similar. There are very few coins that have pumped as hard as Bitcoin has since November and are still maintain a double up. Very few. I can think of a couple. XRP, XLM, Algorand, right? Still doing okay. Maybe. Yeah, Algo still doing okay. Chainlink at the lows of the lows. We're at $14 for Chainlink. Did we ever think we'd see that again? No. Ondo, this week, one of my favorite projects, trading at 85 cents. Well, just a couple days ago, we were at $1.20. What? Quant, taking a beat down, $75. These Sui, getting destroyed, 232. This is a nightmare. This is a nightmare for the altcoins. It really is. There are not a lot of coins that are moving with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's just stealing the show, stealing market share from everyone. That is true. That is true. All right, diving on in. Yeah, no alts really paired to Bitcoin. If I missed anything, guys, drop that. How's Yin's coin doing tonight? Unreal Dragons, what's going on? Blowfin blocked out. Blocked out. I'm good, man. I'm on Blowfin right now. But yeah, that's not looking. Yeah, when you see exchanges, and that's crazy. Isn't it weird how exchanges go down at the dump times? Isn't that weird? Oh, we can't process transactions. That's weird. We're dumping colossally. Not that people should, abandon, but like it's weird how you can't get into your exchanges unless you had like a limit order placed or anything like that. That's why I have these limit orders set deep. I really could see a massive liquidation wick coming this week, ladies and gentlemen. I really could. Down that 786 somewhere there. If you get in on something like this, look at this candle. This candle is rare, right? And we could get another one of those. A massive liquidation wick to the downside. I don't want to see that, but it's definitely possible. It's definitely possible. Down in the next support zone, baby. Come on, let's just get that wick. I'm not rooting for a dump, but let's get that wick. Fill Boy's Crypto's order and then rip back to the upside. That's exactly what I want to see. But man, the altcoin's just getting devastated. Okay, diving on in. Unicorn Fart Dust, waiting for the moon. Yeah, man. We'll look at Unicorn Fart Dust. Unicorn Fart Dust. We had one in here from Unreal Dragons. Yin's coin. I never heard of it, man. We'll look at Unicorn Fart Dust in a second. Yin's coin. We'll take them as they come. Yin's coin. We got to go on the Dex screener. Dex screener, baby. Dex screener. Dex screener coming on out. Come on, baby. Work with me. Work with me, baby. I'm cleaning up that slot machine, everybody. We're getting that slot machine cleaned up, ready to go. For those of you who weren't here the other day, I did find a slot machine on the side of the road. We did shove it in the back of the car. Yes. Did it look ratchet? Yes, absolutely. Hey, what's up, my lady? Did it look ratchet? Absolutely. But we did get it home. It does weigh about 300 pounds. I broke my back doing it, but it is what it is. Okay. Diving on in. We had... Where we at in the chat? Unreal Designs. Yin's coin, baby. Yin's coin. Let's dive into it. Yin's coin. YINZ. Let's look at it, buddy. Yin's coin. I'm not getting anything, man. Yins. YINZ. Is that supposed to be y'all's? How y'all doing tonight? Maybe. I don't know. All right, yeah, man. Shout out to that. Unicorn Fart Dust. Let's go to UFD. Unicorn Fart Dust, baby. Unicorn Fart Dust holding up in the dumpage. It is, Let's see. Hey, we got the guy from the... Oh, where was it? We were taking on his shoulder, head right shoulder. We did get that pop to the upside. Looked really good there. That did look good. But since then, retraced, right? You're looking for a higher low here, maybe out of a cup and handle. Let's see where that 786 does come in. Fib retracement from the bottom to the high. You're sitting in that golden... You're sitting in that golden pocket as it is. You could come all the way down to that 46.79 level. That is possible. We do think you had that pump to the upside. This is a $54.8 million market cap. This was brought to our attention the other day by Unreal Designs. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. It does look like you're forming some kind of a bottom here. It really does. But we need the crypto market to gain its footing, man. I don't see things pumping when Bitcoin's dumping. I really don't. And though this has held up well during the dump, I mean, you could argue that though this has held up well during the dump, I don't see anything massively pumping to the moon. That isn't incredibly new here on Dex Screener. Like, you could say this is the bigger cup and handle right here. Bigger cup and handle you could take from the swing low to the swing high. You know, and the 786 is sitting down here at about 42.40. That would be something that I'd look at, man, for sure. You got that cup handle, boom, to the upside. That could potentially give you a great risk reward on any kind of trade. I'm not sure if you can trade this on perpetuals. I don't think you can. I have no idea. But Unicorn Fart Dust, don't know much about the project. I do know there's some guy in the basement that promotes it on his Twitter is this guy right here. I saw him the other day. He gave me a like on the comment. I said, we went over unicorn fart dust on the live, baby. And he said, great, awesome, heck yeah. So that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking at. Okay, that's unicorn fart dust in a nutshell. Let's dive into what was the next one? What was the next one, baby? Drop your altcoins in the chat. Drop your questions in the chat. I am here for you guys, enjoying my Sunday night. Late for me on the East Coast. Smash the like button for you. Hey, I appreciate you, TNB Williams. You are a TNB Willa. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. All right, where was that coin we were just looking at? We were looking at, okay, yeah, unicorn fart dust. That's everything that we got. We're up to date on the chat. We're up to date on the chat, baby. Here we go. All right, let's look at Jupiter. And I wanted to go into this because this is an example of something that can happen whenever you have a coin that gets released, right? A coin that gets released and you break major support, right? You break major support. Everybody was convinced in the Jupiter community that you would not break this support, the 60-cent level, the 60-cent, right? You had some wicks down here and you broke through, and now you're on what's called price discovery to the downside, baby. You were below every high volume node on Jupiter since its inception back here. This has been carnage. This has been carnage for Jupiter. Jupiter can nuke lower as one of the best staking rewards in the game, but this is an example of what happens when you break major support. Very, very similar to Ethereum right now. We broke that major support line. We can come down very quickly. Price discovery to the downside. I'm speculating on that 1600 bounce, right? That's what I'm looking at. Jupiter looking very weak. Very weak. If Jupe's looking weak, you know what else is looking weak? Solana. Let's pull up Solana and look at Solana on the futures, baby. Solana on the perpetual. Let's look at it. Solana, baby. Oh my goodness, at $126, we were speculating on a long out of this out of this break of this channel, and a retest did not work out. Everybody, did not work out. Not everything in trading has to work out, but oh my gosh, look at this carnage for Solana, right? Solana, you're coming down to areas where you do not want to be, everybody. You're coming down to, this is your line in the sand. You break this line, and all you have is this massive run-up that you had in late 2023 to catch you. And look at the volume compared to how much Solana was traded up here. Look at the volume. Kaput. Nothing. Look at this gap in the VRVP, baby. If this was a lady, you could flip her upside down, and the thigh gap would present you an opportunity to kick a truck through the middle. Look at that. Boom! All the way down to $20. That can happen for Solana, and it can happen fast. It could happen very fast. You have monumental pumps. You can have monumental dumps. If we do end up entering a bear market here, and I'm not saying we are, but if we do end up entering a bear market, you could speculate on Solana coming down and doing a macro 786 retest, right, from the lows of the bear market, right? And we have coins below this level too, which is crazy. You can speculate on a $71 Solana coming, a potential 886 on an altcoin, $46, $44 for Solana. That is possible. Everybody. Not something that we want to see, but definitely something that we have to keep on the radar. Everything's looking weak. It's looking weak, baby. It's looking like SpongeBob when he was in the gym lifting those stuffed animals, and he was like, right? And he's lifting, trying to get stronger. But he's only lifting things that weigh like a couple ounces, right? Not like us in the gym. We're benching 300 pounds. We're going like 600 pounds. Forget that. 600 pounds. That's how I'm going to go out, everybody. A 600-pound bench press falling on my neck. That's how Boys Crypto is going to leave this world. And even if it doesn't happen, I ask my family members to lie and say that that's how I went out. All right, everybody. NFTs. So, yeah. Hey, NFTs. For any of you wondering what NFTs are, right? Essentially, they're the same thing as cryptos, but there's some kind of art. There's some kind of token, something visible, some kind of graphic art that you could hold that does hold. It is pinged to like Ethereum or Solana or something like that, right? A non-fungible token. And they were all the rage back in 2021. It's actually what Hyperliquid is really focused on. In general, right? Hyperliquid. This is what this platform is all about, bringing NFTs back to life. And Hyperliquid been taking the beat down. The market's saying no to NFTs right now. The market's saying no to NFTs. I don't know if we'll see a revival in NFTs. I'm not really huge on speculating in that way. NFTs are just not something I gotten into, man. Ever since those monkeys, I don't remember what there were monkeys art, like, and there was like a monkey smoking a blunt and just a monkey hanging out there, and they were selling for hundreds and hundreds of Ethereum back in 2020 2017, or no, in 2017, it was 2021. They were all the rage, man, and they could definitely come back, especially if celebrities start releasing them. Another thing Trump did, right? Trump releasing NFTs and selling them for a lot of money, baby. Yeah, NFTs. I don't know if we'll ever see them come back. It's possible, man. It's possible. I mean, anything's possible. And if crypto regains its footing, of course, you're going to see a little bit of pump in every speculative asset. But it to me, I just don't see as much value in the space as like real world assets, tokenization, bringing things on chain, smart contracts, things of that nature. That's where I'm speculating on the most amount of money coming in from institutions, right? Vice NFTs. Not saying that I hate on them. I'm not hating on them. It's just my opinion, man. And I hope the NFT thing works out for you. I really do. But that's my opinion on NFTs, right? Okay, here we go. Diving on in. Yeah, NFTs dead, maybe. It's getting Kraken listing around a week. Hey, waiting for the moons? Absolutely, man. Hey, if you get that NFT or that Kraken listing, if you get that exchange listing, but you got to think about it. Like there are coins that have gotten Coinbase listings and absolutely nuked. Whenever you get an exchange that lists a token, right? Not only does it open up a lot of buyers, but people will sell into that. Whales will use that as liquidity, right? Like we've seen over and over and over again in this market. Whales use hype events as ways to exit the market when everybody's longing or buying, right? It gives them the opportunity to fill their limit sell orders. And you got to speculate, hey, maybe that's what we're seeing right now. This has been a carnage week. This month, baby, we're seeing things down near 50% in 30 days. This is absolute carnage for the altcoins. But that's what I'm looking at, everybody. That's what I'm looking at. Apes. Apecoin. You want to go over Apecoin? Let's dive in. Ape, baby, Ape. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the Bored Apes. You're talking about the NFTs, man? Yeah, just remind me of Apecoin. Yeah, the Bored Apes, that's for sure. You have this cup handle on the daily, right, for Apecoin. This does not look good. It doesn't look good. You have to get a bounce here. If you don't get a bounce, honestly, you know, in my mind, you broke trend. You could pull this from... It's not looking good. You're still in that falling wedge, but you're approaching. You have a singular day in the last forever for Apecoin. You have a singular day, one day that this coin traded at this price ever in price history, ever. And that was back here in August 5th of 2024. You are on the brink of going on price discovery to the downside. If this was flipped over and this was Bitcoin and we zoom on out, imagine how hyped everybody would be. Look at this. That would be all-time high scenario, breaking out to the upside, and you can break out to the downside in price discovery for this asset and have a dump like you've never seen before. A lot of these altcoins are sitting below their bear market lows. Bitcoin stealing the entire show, stealing every bit of market share that any of these altcoins have. This is a wild environment to be in, everybody. It is. All right, diving on in. That's what I'm seeing here. For Apecoin, baby. All right, we got the U.S. economic calendar. We went over everything there. Looking really, really hot. Hot this upcoming week. We need bad data to come out. Why? That's going to promote Jerome Powell to go on the money printer, baby. On the money printer. We have Bitcoin dominance looking to turn around here out of the 618, 786. We have Ethereum dropping below levels that we have not seen since 2020, early 2024, before this monumental run up to about $4,000. This market's on the edge. Everybody. We got red through the space. I got a video coming up talking about where I'm looking at and why I'm basing my limit orders off of where they are here in this upcoming drop that could potentially happen. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but we're gonna be prepared here with the Boys Crypto community for when it does. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching tonight. I greatly appreciate you guys. Shorter stream and everything tonight. We're gonna hang out with some family Sunday night, baby. Sunday night. We're ready for the week ahead. We know the macroeconomic events that are coming. Monday likely to be a nothing burger with no news at all. But man, the liquidity in this market. We have liquidity all the way to the downside. Shout out to you guys. Much love, and I will see you guys tomorrow night on the live. Enjoy your night, Boys Crypto. Oh, hey. My lady did bring this in. Hey, look at this. The first Bitcoin or Boys Crypto product. We got our koozies in, baby. I'm be sitting here with my koozie, drinking some coffee and everything. It's going to be super nice. Bougie koozie coming your way. We're going to be doing some giveaways. We're going to be giving some of these away to you guys. Really appreciate you guys, my earlier supporters. But I will talk to you guys tomorrow. I will see you on the live. Stand by for the video. Until then, Boys Crypto is